The first measurement we're actually going to take is from the inside part of the fence here to the post part here. And that, if we do that measurement correctly, we'll actually find out where the inside part of the edge of the stake should be down on the outside. So it is actually 6.5 inches. So we're actually going to take the 44 inches and find out where that's going to be from the outside part of the gate, because that's where we actually took the measurement on the other side. So 44 inches from the outside of the gate to 44 inches is right here. But before we drive that in, I'm going to put actually the tip right on the 48, so I know exactly where that is. The second measurement we're going to do is the 6.5 inches to find out exactly where that stake is supposed to go. Is going to be right here. The other thing I want to do is actually make sure that this flat part of the stake and this part of the stake are actually parallel, because that will help us out a lot later on. So I'm going to drive this stake in, and we're going to try to keep it as straight as we can. And we're going to take the measurement again just to verify. 6.5. So we've got our first stake in. Now I'm actually going to take my white string and use that as my outline string. The colored string is actually for something totally different, but preferably the main one you do want white, just to specify what's outside rim and what is the other part. What I'm going to actually do with the string is take it and put it on the inside edge of the stake and then wrap it around a couple times. Getting to this one, we want to leave a little bit of space here so we can tie it off using the inside part of the string. Now the reason we don't want to do that on the running edge, so the part that goes to the next stake, is because you're going to actually mess up your measurement. So the next thing I'm going to do is actually take the second stake, find 6.5 inches from the fence again, and then hammer that in, tie the string to it so we can actually go through the gate to the other side. So we find our 6.5, which will be right here. And then we just need to keep it as level and straight as we can again, keeping this part to this part parallel to not mess up the string's measurements. And then we actually take the string, again putting it on the inside edge and wrapping it around the stake again a couple times, making sure that the next part, the running edge again, going to the next stake, is parallel from here to here. Now we're actually on the other side of the gate, and we're actually going to take a measurement here, 23 inches. We're actually going to do 23 inches instead of 24 inches because our bricks are only going to make up 47 inches instead of 48 inches. So to do that measurement, we just simply take this inside of the gate again, or this part of the gate, and 23 inches puts it to be right here. Now on this one, I'm actually going to take the string, and before I pound it in, I'm going to just hold it taut. And the reason is, I want to see if this is actually going to be parallel to the gate. And in order to get it parallel to the gate, the square is going to tell me what's true square right there. And then, so that will give us our 23 inches because the string was held taut. And we're actually going to just bang it in at our 23 inches. So now that we have that stake in the ground, we're actually just going to tie our string off. This next stake can be considered a challenge. We're actually going to go across from here. We don't know the measurement from the wall, and this wall is not going to do us any good in this situation because the wall actually curves that way as it goes on the other side of the gate here, so we lose its measurement. So since we know the path is going to be 43.5 inches wide, we're actually going to take a measurement from this peg over 43.5 inches, and then we're going to check the squareness of the string to make sure that we are actually parallel from this one here. So we're going to take the tape measure and measure 43.5 inches. from the inside of the stake, and that will put it, and that will actually put it right, oops, make sure that doesn't move on you. 43.5 will put it, and again it's the inside corner, right there. But again, just like the last time, we're going to take the string and just wrap it around, or to keep it taut with your fingers, to make sure that we have it square. The way we're going to do that is just put the square on the one string and then try to match it up on this string, which we are quite a bit off. So we're going to bring it back into squareness, as long as your knee is in the way. Right there. And we're just going to hammer that stake in again. If you kept the string taut, that should be 43.5 inches exactly. This string, again, just wrap around the inside corner and loop it around a few times. So when the string is ready to travel again, it's going in the correct direction. We're actually on the other side of the gate again. Now we need two measurements for this. One is actually to make sure that this is running square again, so it's even, and then we also actually have to make it across from here to here, so it's even as well. So the first thing I'm actually going to do is actually take the tape measure and measure between the posts again, 42.5 inches, which puts the peg on the inside right here. So we're just going to take this and tap it in, again trying to keep it as parallel as possible. And once that's in, we do the inside the edge, and again just check the squareness of it to see if we're going straight, and that is actually perfect. So we're going to take the string, wrap it around a couple times on that peg, and we're ready to go to our last stake. Which we're going to measure again, 42.5 inches. .42.5 inches is going to put the peg, or stake, inside edge again, right there. So let's just tap this in. We take the string and wrap it around a couple times again. I haven't tapped that all the way in yet because I want to actually check the measurement here to make sure that the string is square in order to get my exact as possible measurement. So we're taking the square again and just checking the corners. And that is pretty square. So now all we have to do is tighten the string down. We'll cut it and tie it. Now we have the outline of the brick path completed. The inside of the string is exactly where we're going to dig, and that's your next step.